So. Okay, so I'm never sure.
It says live.
It says it's streaming live, but then it's like loading and redirecting us. So let me just wait and see if it comes up. Okay, I see the notification now. So we'll get started. Hi, everyone. Welcome to season 2, episode 3 of Shooting the Breeze. Today, I'm shooting the breeze with JF Frenette. JF is a comedian and my friend based in Ottawa. He's got a podcast called Happy Hour with Sad Comedians, and he's one half of the sketch comedy duo Temporary Acquaintances. He's also a retired DJ / musician, and currently he's a full-time dad. So welcome, JF. Thank you for joining me today.
Thank you so much. Thanks for having me.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. First day of the year.
Yeah, first day of the year. How was your New Year's Eve?
It's pretty good. We ordered some food from Stofa, fancy restaurant in Wellington. But it was like a 7-course meal, and I was complaining how I needed to use like 5 different pans and stuff to like, prepare it. Like it wasn't just like take out and you eat it. It was like I had to like sear duck and like boil water for pasta and like
oh wow. So it was like more of a meal kit.
You'd think so, but it was like, yeah, it was the same price as when you're going in a restaurant, but you had to do so much.
You get to cook it.
Yeah, to cook it all. And I thought I was going to get a break from cooking, but no.
No.
More
yeah, I did something similar. The keg had a you can order online and do curbside pickup. So that's what I did. And I put my order in too late. So the earliest available slot for me to pick up my meal was like 7:30. So I was starving by the time 7:30 came and went, but it was good.
Yeah, our time window was like 5 to 5:30 because we have kids.
Yeah.
Everybody wants to eat.
Yeah. Like had I thought of it earlier, like a few days or so before, I would have maybe picked it up between 4 and 6, something like that. But yeah 7:30 was that was too long. I was hungry by that time.
Angry.
Yeah, hangry, very hangry. I was very hangry.
Good. Did you get a steak or would you treat yourself?
Yeah, I got a sirloin.
Nice.
I got a sirloin and then the cheesy garlic bread.
Yeah.
Just so good. Yeah, it was good. It was good. So I just sat in my living room. It came in these like I didn't have to use plates. I could eat it straight out of the dishes that they put them in, and then they had them in those foil bags to keep them warm.
Yeah.
So it was good. I just had to get utensils.
I like plated them and everything. I felt like I was on like a Master Chef and I was getting like Gordon Ramsay. Like, I didn't want to screw it up too. It was like searing this duck that had been cooked sous vide for like 24 hours, but then you just had to sear the fat, and it's like there's an instruction sheet that says no more than 30 seconds. Like, shit, I don't have a timer.
It's too much pressure. That's a lot of work and a lot of pressure.
I know, for a takeout dinner, it's like, what the fuck? It was good though. I will say, amazing.
Oh, it was good. Excellent. So how have you been over? We're in our 3rd lockdown right now.
Yeah.
So how have you fared? Like say from March until now?
Ups and downs. I think this one, I'm like, whatever. You know what? Like, I'm not gonna get upset over things that I can't control anymore. Maybe this is like the January 1st New Year's resolution. I'm still kind of positive. Like, what?
Well, we all got that lesson. We were all taught that lesson over the past year, that there are things that we can't control, and like we were forced into it. So I think just having that carry through is probably helpful, like mental health wise, at least.
Yeah, but you feel like we're like in an abusive relationship and we like accepted it now. We're like, well,
Yeah,
not always that. He doesn't always.
Not always this bad.
Sometimes. Yeah. He lets me go up sometimes. Like, now we've accepted it. We're like, swallow the pill and like, okay, I'm gonna guess.
Yeah, because it's the thing that's almost like you can't get too comfortable. Because things open up. And so like say the second time we opened up, there were fewer restrictions than the first time we opened up, because after that, I think it was October
Yeah,
that we shut down for the
was
second time. And
yeah.
yeah, that one was difficult. That one I think a lot of people found that one difficult, like
Yeah.
harder than like the 7 months, the
Well,
7 months before. But
I guess it's because things had sort of gone to normal. We were doing stand up again. We were doing shows. I felt like, we were all, and then that one hit, and I was just like, and it was October too, so it's like, seasonal affective disorders creeping in. You get less sunlight, and I was just like full
mhm,
on, like just yeah, full on depression.
yeah,
Oh god, this one
yeah,
sucks.
that one hit a lot of people hard. Yeah,
And I was doing sober October at
yeah,
the same time
and
too.
then
I
oh
was
yeah, a lot of people. I didn't do that.
it was like that bad timing of fuck.
Yeah, because I know a lot of people did that. A lot of people gave up drinking for a while.
Mm.
You know, I wasn't one of those people, but yeah, like I know a lot of people did stuff like that. And then when it opened up again in November, it felt like I felt uneasy. Like, is it going to shut down again? Like, is like, how long are we going to be open for, sort of thing. Like, it was, yeah, I had that fear that not it, fear's not the right word, but just that, like, waiting for the other shoe to drop, sort of thing.
Yeah, I know.
you
I think a
know
lot of people were sort of like reluctant, but I was like, you know what? If it's gonna last a week, fuck it, I'm gonna do as many shows as I can and just go
yeah.
there and do like get most out of it as I can.
Hmm.
The
Exactly,
next shutdown.
exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, because it's like nothing we can do when it's shut down. It's unfortunate, it sucks, but you can't do anything about it. You just have to wait it out, and
I guess
we'll
now I'm
see.
talking, as I'm talking, I'm realizing that maybe that sort of mentality is the problem, is why we're going back and shut down, because I'm the people like me are like, oh, let's go out as much as we can in November and then explode again.
Before it's all shut down. Yeah.
I didn't have COVID. I didn't spread it or anything, but like, technically I'm part of the problem. The reason why people are, oh, I don't know. I don't think comedy was safe at all this year. I don't think, like, there's no way that they can make it safe for performing comedy, but I just didn't care. I'm like, you know what, fuck it. I just want to get back on stage. And
Yeah. Places did the best they could,
oh, they did the best they could for sure.
yeah, without a vaccine or anything.
Yeah.
Like, that was, the best alternative. Like, behind the plexiglass. Like, I know when I was talking to Dylan on Sunday, we're saying how weird it's going to be if there's no more plexiglass. That
I
will
know,
be
right?
like, you're too close, like, sort of thing. Like, why are you so close to me? Like, it's
Yeah.
like everything else we're going to adapt. We'll adjust. So we've gotten used to performing behind a barrier.
I kind of like it, to be honest. I kind of like.
Yeah, I don't mind. I find it's hard to hear,
Yeah, I know.
and it gets hot in there. I'm very sensitive to heat, and I get so hot because I feel like I'm in a little box,
Yeah,
like
yeah,
a little heat, like, like a plant when they're trying to make a plant grow with the lights.
yeah.
That's what I feel like I'm in.
I was thinking more of like it feels like a phone booth with kids. Phone booths used to be the payphone.
Exactly.
It's like that weird plastic that's been like scratched and you can't really see through it or anything like that. And I'm like having a really angry phone call, and I feel like I'm in just there.
Or you're Superman, you're gonna
Yeah, exactly.
change into your superhero costume. But that's another thing that blows my mind. Like, I can't remember the last time I used a public phone. And just the thought of using a public phone is like so gross to me right now.
Well, imagine during COVID, yeah, for sure.
Exactly. Because I remember, like, say in the days before cell phones, that it was like no issue to pick up a payphone and like call home or call wherever.
Yeah.
That's just what you did. Like, I wasn't thinking about, unless like when I approached it, it looked disgusting, but other than that, I never even thought of, this is gross.
It looked pretty disgusting though.
Yeah.
Like, I don't remember the smell of you, but now that I'm thinking about it, I'm pretty sure it smelled like urine in most.
Probably.
Probably.
In the booth, like
in the booth,
like closed up in the booth. Because I think the last payphones I saw were probably when I was in Toronto in the subway. Like one subway station that I used to use to get to work had a bank of them against the wall, with just these little, you weren't in a booth, it was just little dividers. And I remember seeing someone on it, and I was like, hadn't seen someone on a payphone in like 20 years. I don't know. And I was just like, ew, like you need to put a bag over it, like a plastic bag or something over it, so you don't, so it doesn't touch your face. Like, it's just like, ew.
I remember having to call my parents collect and have for them to come pick me up.
Yeah.
And then you can, when they say your name, you could say like you could say where to pick
really fast.
I'm at McDonald's, and just
Yeah.
then they decline.
Exactly. It's like, hi, Mom, can you pick me up? Do you accept? No.
Like, no.
But they got the message
Yeah.
to come and get you. Yeah, I used to do that too.
That's crazy.
Oh
Now,
my God.
I saw a payphone now. I don't know any phone numbers by heart anymore. You know, like what would I even do if I had like, I wouldn't know. I guess.
Oh yeah, the only number I know off by heart is my own.
Yeah.
And
I know
I knew my parents' number off by heart.
Mhm.
And I know my sister's cell phone because she's had that cell phone number for like 20 years. So I know it off by heart. But anyone else, no idea, because it's just like boop on the phone or call so and so,
Yeah,
and it's done. Yeah, no, it's like if someone said, tell me your best friend's phone number, I'm like, I don't know.
I don't know.
Let me get my phone. Like,
do you think your name is in the phone book in your number? No, probably not. Like, is the phone book still a thing? Does that still exist?
If it does, it's probably online. I haven't seen a phone book in a long time either.
You know, when I was a kid, like my parents' address and name and number, home address and everything was in there. Yeah,
Yes.
you can't have that now with people online and everything. That's too much information.
Oh yeah, because I remember you could look up somebody. You know, it was usually under like the father's name.
Yep.
You know, the last name, and would have your address and phone number.
Yeah, some people had the full like number and street and everything. Some people didn't. I don't know if you had to opt out or tell them otherwise that you didn't want it in. I guess my parents just never bothered, but
yeah, because I knew of people who put like a different name, like they'd put like John Doe or something.
So
as the name.
How would people find them?
I think that's the point. Like nobody can find them. Like it has to. You have to be in the book, but I'm in the book, but you can't find me, or something. But yeah, no, I haven't seen a phone book in ages.
So many weird things about the past. Like just COVID. Actually, I had an idea about the fact that like blowing candles on a cake for birthday. Like how weird of a tradition is that we're like, okay, make a wish. I wish everyone what I have.
It's true, and those are things that I've only started thinking about since COVID.
I know, right? Yeah. How
because blowing out the cake, blowing out the candles on a cake, it's tradition. That's what you do. But now it's like all I think are like molecules, droplets over spitting on the cake. Sort of thing.
Literally spitting.
I know it's disgusting when you think about it. Or just like, well, one thing I always did, it was always a habit. Like when I lived in Toronto, I took public transportation. And so the first thing I did when I got to work was wash my hands before I did anything. And then the same thing once I got home. The first thing I did before I touched my pets or anything is just go wash my hands and everything. But when you think about it, like holding the bars, just like railings, things like that, it's
bars really, like they're so oily. It's from the people's like
from your oils.
Like, it's like what I'm like, what a fucking lube this thing? It's like, no, this is just a bunch of people's oil, natural body
oily people. Yeah. But yeah, no, there are a whole bunch of things that I'm like, ooh, that's so gross. Like, how could we have done? Like, how did we survive this long doing that?
I know, but it's crazy too. The way, like, I haven't gotten a cold since the lockdown, and it's because people are wearing masks and like I'm using Lysol wipes and all the time. Like, I feel like some good came out of this. Like, maybe we were completely people, and we had to You have to
I
like
was just appalled at
balance.
like how many people did not wash their hands before.
That's the crazy part. Like, why do you go to the washroom and not wash your hands? And then some people are like, "Oh, now I have to fake washing my hands." And I actually know there's one person who would actually like let the water run and pretend to wash their hands because of the social stigma, but she didn't want to wash. I'm like, why don't you just fucking wash your hand?
Yeah, like, ooh.
If you're gonna like turn on the faucet and then let it
Yeah,
run.
you're gonna go through the motion, just stick your hands in the water and do it.
I think some people have like dry hands. Maybe they put moisturizers and they don't want to. I don't know, but
Yeah. Well, I know for sure, like my hands are like you can't really tell, but
oh
I
yeah,
feel like I have alligator skin. Like my hands are so dry because
yeah,
I'm washing them more frequently
oh
than
yeah,
I,
and all this.
and then using
Oh,
like hand sanitizer and those wipes and stuff. So I'm doing a lot more of that stuff. So my hands are like yeah, I'm ashy. My hands are all ashy and weird.
yeah,
You
I
know?
got dry skin in the winter, so it's gonna that sucks.
Yeah, exactly. Winter doesn't help. Winter's not helping. So like yeah, even on my legs and everything, but it's really my hands that are like super crazy dry,
Yeah, no.
but yeah, it's like there've been things like so yeah, blowing out the candles on a cake, buffets, like serve yourself buffets
Yeah,
with people leaning over,
with the
you know.
but they had the sneeze guard at least. That's gonna
Yeah,
help.
like that helped anything, you know. So I think buffets are still going to be around, but I think instead of serving yourself, they might have someone at a station serving you. So it'd be one person going in the food rather than everybody and their mother going into a dish, touching a every seven people in a row touching a spoon or something.
Oh my
I
god.
don't know. I don't know.
I mean, I love them. I used to love them.
Oh, me too.
I probably
Me too.
still would as soon as they open up. I'm like, whatever, fine. I never
I'm in
died
a full
before.
hazmat suit.
You know? I never died before, but I did catch colds before, and now I'm like, there's nothing going around.
Mhm.
So
Yeah, because
yeah,
I don't
I'll
see.
definitely go
I
back
think it's a
to.
good thing that we're wearing masks and stuff.
Yeah, I think so.
You know,
And
but
I thought
yeah,
it'd be worse in the winter, but it actually kind of keeps you warm too. And it's like, well, although with
yeah,
glasses, do you wear them with glasses? Does it fog up?
yes, they
Yeah.
fog up. They fog up, but I have to make sure I have it like underneath and like that it has like the a bit of wire to fit it to my face
Yeah.
and put my glasses over so it doesn't so it fogs up less sort of thing. But yeah, yeah, fog is an issue.
Yeah.
Fog is an issue.
Yeah, that's why
And
I've been
even
wearing contact lenses most of the time because I would wear glasses sometimes more but
okay.
because of the mask. I can't stand it. So
Yeah. I have contacts, but I'm so used to wearing my glasses.
yeah, it is
I
nice when
there
you're
was one point where I would never be caught dead in glasses. I wore contact lenses all the time. And I want to say maybe 20 years ago or something, I got a nice pair of glasses that I liked, and it's just like if I go to the gym or something, that I'll wear contacts. But most of the time, if I wear contacts, I end up taking them out and putting my glasses back on. And
I
nobody recognizes me without glasses anyway. Everyone's so used to seeing me with glasses.
I was gonna bring up one of your bits because you said nothing's off limit, but that bit about having sex in the mirror when you're wearing contact lenses.
Yeah, exactly. Because I wanted
So
to
you
see. And
like
I wish I hadn't.
Christian Bale as
Because it was like frightening. It didn't look like I expected. It was much worse. It was horrifying.
uh,
No one should see that.
wasn't on camera though, right? Just the mirror. Safe.
Exactly. Oh yeah, because I can't see more than like 2 or 3 feet in front of me
Oh yeah,
without glasses.
I'm -4 in both eyes.
Yeah, I think my last yeah, I'm like -3.75 or something.
Yeah, I
Almost
definitely
minus
I
four.
wouldn't be able to drive
Oh
without.
no, forget it. My sister, I think, is like -10 or something like that.
Oh
Her
yeah,
eyes are really, really bad. Yeah.
my wife's pretty
Yeah.
bad.
She's been wearing glasses since she was 2, since she was like a baby practically.
Really?
Yeah. I started wearing them in
Mm.
I think like
My,
grade 5 or grade 6,
yeah, me
something
too.
like
Same,
that.
grade 6. My
Yeah, like
son did.
11.
His son need glasses. He's 6 now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I'm like,
Hmm.
He's such a nerd.
That's yeah.
I taught him how to play chess this summer, and he's so fucking smart. He's beating me now, like more than.
Oh,
And I'm like, I had a whole I had a whole bit about that, but he's so good. Well, he skipped a grade first of all. Like,
oh, so he's very bright.
yeah. The teachers were like, in my like 12 years, I've never seen a kid like this. And but the whole thing about like chess, he just picked it up so quickly, like from the summer, from just learning the rules to like, okay. And then the first time he beat me, it was like this thing is like, okay, but now he legit beats me like most of the time.
Wow. So he
And
has like strategy and everything too.
yeah. And I'm not a bad chess player. Like I'm rated, like, if you know anything, which I'm rated over 1,000 on chess.com, whatever. Like I play chess, and this kid
Yeah.
just fucking blows my mind now. And he helps me now like beat other people online, because he's like, oh, you
Wow.
should do this, dad, this is, and he's always right. He's like, oh, that's a good strategy. I'm like,
Wow. That's I know a family friend who loves chess has been he stopped trying to teach me. And I'm usually pretty smart and can usually pick stuff like that up. Couldn't
yeah.
still, yeah, I haven't tried in like I tried to teach myself like online or something. Yeah, me and chess don't mix.
No.
I play checkers on it instead. Yeah,
Well,
I've
yeah,
never
we
understood it.
started out in checkers this summer. I thought like, chess is a little too much. We played checkers, and he picked up right away. So I was like, whatever, maybe we'll try chess.
And
uh
he's 6?
yeah, he's 6 now, but
Wow.
yeah.
He's
he,
like a
he my
what's
wife.
that term, like a chess prodigy as a
Yeah,
child?
no, there's
Wow. Because it's one thing to he's so young, and then to learn the game, to learn the rules, and then like strategy too.
Well, so I did. So I got this chess.com app, whatever, and then once in a while we'll do these like lessons, and there's like opening lessons, and I'm just watching it, whatever, and I'm like trying to pick up a few things, but then I'll be playing with him, and he'll be like, "Oh, you're doing the Sicilian defense." I'm like, "What? I don't remember that." Like, he remembers what he
You
saw.
know, Dad, the Sicilian defense.
Yeah,
Oh my
it's like, oh,
God.
this is the Queen's Gambit, accepted or declined, blah blah, all those things, and I'm like, why do you remember stuff that we just watched like randomly on YouTube? And it was like, oh,
Wow.
kids actually, some people actually remember what they watch on when they're learning things. Like,
Not
I
me. It's like,
yeah, like, whatever. Just,
in and out, in one ear out the other. So I guess the fact that it interests him, that makes it
oh yeah, he's obsessed. He's like,
yeah, he's obsessed with it, so he's gonna absorb
yesterday, I think
everything about it.
he beat me 4 games to 3 yesterday, I think so. Like we'll play
Wow.
like all day, like just randomly, like, oh, you want to play game, whatever.
Oh my God. That's amazing. That's amazing. Yeah, I've no, I was never good at anything like that. Yeah, I loved to play Monopoly. Monopoly was my thing, but nobody ever wanted to play with me because I was ruthless.
Pretty good.
I love like I love Monopoly. That's like my favorite game.
As a
And
family, growing up, it was brutal.
oh
But yeah,
yeah, ruthless. It's like I buy everything. And wheeling and dealing and everything like that. I got that from my dad because he was the same way.
yeah.
It's like I would buy all the properties, all of it.
Oh, my dad was so terrible that he wouldn't even play by the rules. He would make up his own rules, and we would all sort of like, he'd be like trying to sell us this idea where, okay, I'm not gonna charge you. I'm not gonna charge. Don't charge me if I land on yours, but I'll pay you like a rent or like make up these things with like, just, we're like, okay. And then at the end, he didn't have any property, but he had all the money for some reason.
Oh,
And it was like, so people hate playing with us, because my dad just made up his own rules. We're like,
yeah,
okay,
my father was always like, "You want to make a deal?" I'm like, "I don't have any properties yet."
yeah.
Okay, well, let's make a deal about the deal we'll make when you have some properties.
Yeah, the next time you land on this one, and then
yeah, when you land,
odds.
we're gonna.
And as an economist too, so that's like, yeah, playing the number. He's probably like crunching numbers and trying to play the odds. Like, all right, it's a good deal. Yeah.
Yeah. And he would calculate, that first, I think it's the fourth one where it's the income tax. It's like 10% or $200.
Mhm.
Like
Yeah.
we would just pay the $200, and like at the beginning of the game, my father would be like, no, it's cheaper if you pay the 10% because blah blah blah.
It's like a
Just
form.
let me pay the $200. It's easier.
Yeah.
I don't want to do any calculations.
Value of playing, the cost benefit analysis of playing. Nah, fuck. Dad, could you just play like Scrabble or something?
And then wanting to charge interest and stuff if you're selling a house back. It's like, no. But no, I haven't played Monopoly with people in ages. But at one point, I had a computer program
Of Monopoly.
I could play it. Yeah, of Monopoly. Yeah, where I could play with like I could either play with people, other people online, or with the robots. I preferred to play with the robots.
Yeah.
Because the robots were ruthless. They would make deals like on their own in the background and stuff, and it'll be like, oh, this one now owns Park Place and
multiple bots. Oh, okay.
Yeah, like I would play, say, me and 3 bots.
Right.
And you can adjust their skill level.
Yeah.
And yeah, because if you put it very low, like at a low skill level, you can trade anything.
You make them.
They'll accept every trade.
I'll give you 20 bucks for Boardwalk.
Yeah, I'll give you $20 for Boardwalk. Okay. But then, like, the more sophisticated you make it, they'll make like counter offers and all kinds of stuff. So it was pretty cool. But I don't have the program anymore.
Oh.
It's when I switched computers a few years ago, so I haven't. It doesn't work on a Mac. So,
okay. Yeah, not main game.
But I love Monopoly. I love it.
Funny story. My dad was a big Scrabble player. He loved Scrabble, and he got this app on this family computer we had back in the day, and he would play it all the time. Except then I started playing, and I would just put in words, and then they would get rejected. It was like, no, that's a word, so I'll add to dictionary. I would put in like random words. And then he's playing against the computer, and the computer starts using my words that are not real words that I added to the dictionary. He's like, oh, you ruined my travel game. Now the computers use. So I don't know if I confessed to that, but like he somehow found out that I was doing that, or like maybe he saw me do it once. He was like, "You're the one who's been adding all these
son of a bitch,
words,
all these dumb words."
It'll just consonant. I'm like, that's a word. Yeah, that was pretty pissed.
Well, I remember maybe 10 plus years ago on Facebook, they had a Scrabble. There's a Scrabble thing on Facebook. They took it down because it was like a copyright or something. But while it was up, I remember playing with a friend I went to high school with. And I'm like notoriously bad at give me stuff with numbers and I could do it. Anything with words and stuff, I'm not that good. I feel I'm not that good. So we'd play, and because I'm here and she's wherever, whenever it was my turn, I found this site, like 7-letter, like say I needed a 7-letter word that started with an S, I would look it up. And it was like a site. And so I'd put these like messed up words, and she'd be like, "How did you do that?" I'm like, "I don't know." And so I'd have like super crazy high scores, and because I Google like, okay, I need a 3-letter word that has an X in it, so, or something. And Google came through.
You have like a team of people waiting on stand. Like, all right, I need a word that starts with X.
And she never knew. So sorry, Judy.
No, you're not this. You mean you're not the Scrabble prodigy?
I'm not the Scrabble queen. Well, one of my he's my friend too, but he's closer with my sister. He was like a Scrabble world champion.
Really?
Like he was like the Scrabble king sort of thing. And I think to like prepare or to study, he would read the dictionary.
Yeah. Like a lot of work. Seems like
it's a lot of work.
I mean, but
he was like world champion for.
I guess you got to do.
Yeah. And I guess that's like the preparation. It's like reading as much as you can, like reading dictionaries and thesauruses and and things like that. I'm like, wow.
No, not that
Oh
dedicated.
yeah. Nope, not for me.
I don't want
Not
it
for me.
hard enough, you know? I have to want it.
Exactly.
I don't think I want that title.
I don't want it. I don't want it even a little bit.
No.
Like, not even a little. If it has to go beyond like a Google search, then no, I'm out. I'm
My
out.
wife was really good, is still really good at Scrabble, is because she memorized all the 2-letter words.
Yeah.
So that you can put like words next to each other and then you find all the 2-letter words. Yeah.
The links and stuff like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Scrabble is not my forte.
Not me either.
But if I had to build something or use numbers, I was all over that. I was always very good with that. Anything technical,
Yeah.
I was good.
You know what
But
we got my son for Christmas? We got him a Rubik's Cube.
oh
And
yes, I remember the Rubik's Cube. I was good. I was good with that.
yeah,
Yeah.
I finally finished it after it. Now I can do it like I'm trying to like do it really fast. I'm down to like 5 minutes about.
Wow.
But you know those people that do it like 4 seconds?
I know.
It's so
I
insane.
haven't used one in ages.
Yeah,
It was like the rage when I was in high school.
yeah.
And I remember my sister and I think we each had one. And on our way to school on the bus, just trying to figure this thing out. And I remember I got it. Like I was at home and I finally got it. And I was like, I did it. And nobody believed me. They thought I'd taken it apart and put it back together when I got it legitimately. Yeah, because you could pop out the things or take off the stickers, but I had done it legitimately and solved it, but no one believed me. I was so upset.
You probably didn't have a phone to take pictures back then either.
Exactly. Or film yourself doing it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Because there are all kinds of like manuals on how to solve it.
Yeah,
And I remember I'd gotten like
they're
some
all
handwritten.
they're all algorithm. It's all math. It's all like these algorithms.
Mm,
These people will look at like they can look at one and memorize the colors and then think up the fastest algorithm with the number of steps to actually do it. That
yeah.
like boggles my mind. Like
Oh
the one
yeah,
I do
because
is
it
like
was very cool.
very step-by-step algorithm, but yeah, I don't know how these people do it. No.
Yeah. Like
Yeah.
I don't think I could solve it now because I haven't done it in ages. But at one point I remember they came out with ones with different shapes, not just a cube. There's
There's
like a cylinder one or a triangle one, and they had different shapes. But I had like we had the normal sized one, but I had a little tiny one like on a keychain, and
Oh
I
yeah.
remember putting
Was it actually functional?
yeah, it was functional, and
Huh.
it was maybe it was maybe like this. This is an AirPod thing. It was maybe like a cube about
Right.
this size, so pretty small. It was a keychain, and I would put it in a pattern. I think it was a pattern with like a color in the middle, and it was like a specific pattern, and I would hang it on my roller skates, on the outside of my roller skates, and yeah,
Oh.
that was the thing to do in
Yeah.
like 1982.
You mean roller skates, like actual
Like
full
roller skates,
not
like a figure skate
like
with the
yeah.
wheels, not inline, like
Yeah.
skates with the boot
Yeah,
and
yeah.
everything. Yeah.
Those are
Yeah,
classic.
but you didn't lace them up. You didn't lace them up like figure skates. Like you had the tongue down
Oh yeah.
and
The cool.
you
Oh, and then you
tied
wrap
it
it around.
down. So yeah, you could either wrap it around the foot or wrap it around this way,
Mm.
but you would just slide your feet in, and then you had to like decorate them with electrical tape. So I had like S's on the side.
For like lightning on it.
Like yeah, it looked like lightning, but it was an S, and it was like cool. But yeah, so I had like the little Rubik's cube on the outside of one skate, and then like a little pom pom on the other.
Wow.
Yeah, so it's like blinged out sort of thing.
In circles around people at the discotheque or
At the disco, at the roller disco.
roller disco.
And my outfit, like my Saturday night roller disco outfit, was this uh it wasn't silk, but it was like shiny. It was like peach colored, shiny, and I had brown velvet pants. And that was my favorite
Oh,
outfit to go to the roller
Was it a
disco.
piece?
No, it was it was 2 pieces. It would have been amazing if
Yeah.
it was a brown velvet one piece.
It's a play for that. And,
And then I probably had like
big,
but yeah, that's what we did for fun in the
yeah.
olden days. At the roller rink. Oh my god.
I've been
What was
wearing.
that?
It sounds comfy. I've been wearing jogging pants since March. I'm like, yeah, whatever. Velvet pants, yeah, I'm down with that.
I know.
You know,
Like, I'd
bring
be
it
so
back.
into it because it's soft.
Yeah,
And like like wearing shoes or like pants that aren't like yoga pants or something is like so uncomfortable now.
yeah.
Feels like everything's cutting in. Like, this doesn't have a drawstring.
I know. Yeah, the only time I've been dressing up is to go on stage.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
I mean, I'm still going to the grocery store in jogging pants. And it's like, I'm sure some people are like, okay, it's been like since March. Like, at first it was okay, but now it's like, come on, can we just get back to normal? I'm like, no,
Like, no, this is
no,
my
this
normal.
is my new normal. Get used
I
to it.
don't wear pants anymore. That's my new normal.
Yeah, you're guy. You people have
Oh my god. So do you think your comedy has changed like from before lockdown or before the pandemic to like now we're still in the pandemic but having gone through like opening and closings and having performed um on the open times, do you find that has your comedy changed?
Yeah, I mean, I think I've gotten, if I can say so, better. Like if I look back at a year ago, like 2019, I don't think I did well at Yucks like ever basically. And now I'm not that afraid of Yucks. Like that was to me was that was always a hard room. And I've gone up and like I'm not bombing. Like 2019, it was just like bomb after bomb after bomb. Completely just like fuck. I was like I was going in with the expectation like, okay, well this is gonna suck. And now at least I feel like I can go there like pretty confidently. I'm still like I don't think I'll ever do well at like Swizzles or places like that. I'm just like, okay, well it's time to walk the plank and bomb, whatever. But at least yeah, I feel like I've gone better this past year. I just wish I had more time to develop some bits because what I do so right now I'm just editing all different clips, so I'm putting out 20 minutes and 20 seconds of just all the clips I've put, like all the jokes I've done this year, and I have like probably like 30 minutes I have to like cut down to 20. But what I'm planning on doing is when I put them online, I'm retiring those jokes and I want to write completely new jokes for 2021
Oh,
and have this new thing. So I did that for 2019, 2020, and then if I can do that for 2021, at least like that'll be I'll have written like an hour of material. And I think that what a lot of comics will say that it takes about 10 years to get, you really find your persona, get to a place where you can actually release a special. But they'll say like most of these comics will never have their jokes that they wrote in the first year in their special because you retire that stuff and you're supposed to get
mhm.
better material, and the only way to get better material is to retire stuff and write new jokes.
And
And
write new stuff. Yeah.
so I'm really trying to like find some new material and like trying to sit down and like really find what do I want to say, like what do I want to talk about, what are the things, because now for the most part I've just been waiting for something funny to happen or funny thought or something, and I write it down. But now I'm trying to take a more like a conscious approach to comedy writing and actually like, okay, what do I
Mhm.
want to say, do I have a message, do I have a stance on something, an opinion or
Right.
whatever, and then try to make something funny out of that. But yeah, I think my perspective has changed a lot since pandemic, especially because I feel like now I don't take it for granted when I'm on stage, like when I have a show. Like
Yeah.
before, you could have like I've done like 3 shows in a night in Ottawa.
Oh, really?
Yeah, just from like Eddie's to Meow to like another open mic or something like that on a Wednesday or Tuesday or whatever it was. And now like we have so few shows where, well, COVID and all that. So I'm like,
Mhm.
now I'm trying to treat every single show like, okay, this is actually like, I have to make the best out of this thing. and not just like go and fucking whatever. So I think my perspective on
Yeah.
comedy writing and performing has changed a bit. I don't know
Yeah,
how.
that makes a lot of sense. That makes a lot of sense because it feels that way for myself too, and other people I've spoken to feel the same way. That it's like we can't assume that, oh yeah, I'll get on XYZ next week. We could be shut down next week. You know
Yeah,
what I mean? That yeah. So instead of like, we probably went from having, like, say, options of one or two shows a night,
night. Yeah,
say this time last year,
yeah,
to one or two shows a week. Same number of comics, maybe even a few more with like new people coming in. So there are fewer spots for more people. That they're,
yeah.
yeah. So
I have
everyone is
you
taken seriously.
you've noticed like a couple of people that's just started out like this year. That must be so weird for them to like start out stand up during the middle of a pandemic and be
Oh
like,
yeah.
this,
Oh yeah.
yeah, they're gonna
Because it
love
doesn't compare, like
it.
the like being on stage, like, is exciting to me no matter how many people are in the room. But if, say, I think for someone who's brand new, they're going to flip out like when things go back to normal,
Oh yeah, when they go
because
to like
now they're used to like, oh,
180
50 people
people,
at Yuck Yucks,
then
it's packed sort of thing. Wait till like numbers, maybe we're not back to capacity, but like, say we can even double the number, they're going to flip out. Like,
yeah,
it's going to be very, very strange for them, because it's going to be so, just how it things places seem so empty to us when they reopened, because tables far apart. It's going to be like that same reaction for
like
them,
yeah,
but full.
yeah. I wonder if they're gonna be intimidated. I wonder how I would feel now if I went into a real big crowd with no plexiglass. I would probably feel very weird about it. I think.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I think I would feel, um
it'd be
I think I would
exciting.
feel weird. Like, I'd be excited to have more people in a venue, but I think I would feel uneasy if there was no kind of protection.
Yeah,
Like, yeah, I wonder. And the thing is, I never thought about that before March. The only thing was like, oh, don't trip on the stage because you're going to kick someone in the face. That's how close they were sitting to the stage. That you could step on somebody by accident.
one of my one of my fears, and I saw, and it never happened to me during a comedy show, but stepping on the mic cord, like and then having it like pull out of the mic. I've seen
Mm.
people do that in the before times, but
Oh
now
wow.
like the stress of like, oh, trying to find the hole when you're
Yeah.
doing the thing is like everybody has a hard time with it.
Yeah, it's like, because everyone's just watching, waiting for you. You're like, oh, no, ah.
Yeah, can't perform under
I
pressure, but
can't perform. Stop watching me. No.
we're here to see what. Uh, but yeah, that whole thing is just like it starts the show with that weird energy of like, oh fuck, come on, and then
Yeah,
you can't just be like, hey, how's it going?
exactly. Because there's like a time delay,
Yeah. Yeah, there's like a
because
time delay of like, okay, well, this is your next act, blah blah. Get on stage, and there's like sometimes like 15 seconds. I've seen people where like you can see they're starting to really sweat.
they're freaking out, like, oh God, oh God. Like, it's not going in. Like,
You need help? I don't need help. I'm good. I got this.
I'm fine.
Yeah.
Like, I know.
Then that just changes the entire set. They're just like, oh god.
Oh yeah. So yeah, there's changes like that is, but I don't know, I think some of the changes might stay, or they
Yeah.
should stay. I think some, like, the either using your own mic or switching out the mics, I think that should stay for sure.
Yeah. It's
No.
really not a bad idea.
Yeah. Or like having the covers
Yeah. No.
or so, like, they might make it that like everyone has, either you have your own mic or you have your own covers or something, you know. But I don't I think cleaning the mic between sets is,
It's not a bad
I think
idea.
that's a good idea. It's not a
Yeah.
bad idea at all.
Mm.
You
I mean,
know,
I like the hand
because the
sanitizer.
thing is, to have a bunch of microphones is expensive.
Yeah, that's true. Actually.
You know, to have like 10 microphones or so, that's not very practical either. But yeah, I don't think it's a bad idea to, to sanitize between. You know,
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe
I
we'll
don't
just
think I'll ever get used to seeing my reflection in the plexiglass. You
no.
know, that's
Yeah, that is weird.
yeah, and not being able to see like the whole crowd. That's still weird. That's still weird.
Especially, yeah, if you're a crowd work comic, I think that's much harder. If like you're very crowd work, dependent, like that screws up your whole thing.
Yeah,
'Cause I've
because
seen
you
people,
don't see.
yeah, I've seen like MCs try to do crowd work and they couldn't hear like what the person was saying, and like you can only ask like what was that like several times before, and then the thing is like everybody in the audience hears that person talking, so you look like an idiot because you're the only person
Who can't hear.
you can't hear.
Yeah, but the
Well,
thing is, you can't hear. You don't
no,
hear
you
as
really can't.
clearly behind. You know, because I know there have been times that like I usually record my sets, and that I finish and I'd be like, okay, they didn't really laugh, or they weren't really laughing. But then when I watch the video, it's like, oh, okay, they were. You don't hear. You don't hear it all. You know,
Mhm.
it's like muffled or something. You don't hear it all behind the glass.
That's
You know,
funny
which
because
is
I
weird.
record myself and then I'll watch back and I'm like, yeah, I fucking killed. And then it's like, no, they didn't laugh. I'm kidding. Uh, Was the audio on? I'm
Yeah.
confused
What
here.
happened to the audio?
What happened to the laugh track? It's all in my head this whole time because I was
Exactly. Was I dreaming?
I'm, I'm like in my head, I'm like, it's okay. I'm just not hearing them laugh, but I'm fucking killing right now. You know? It's because of the
They're
fucking
laughing in
laughs.
here.
Yeah.
Because it's a real adjustment, being behind the glass.
Yeah.
You know, I like, yeah, it was a real adjustment because seeing your reflection, that's the thing that flipped me out. Like, couldn't see anybody, could see my reflection.
Yeah. Like at one point, you're just like staring to your own eye. Oh shit.
Just
All
staring at yourself.
right, this right now, like, is that stand still?
Yeah, fix my hair, sort of thing.
And then like the lips on the reflection don't match the ones that you're doing. Like, oh shit, this is not good.
What's happening?
Should have done
Because
all
I
the
know what I would do. I would like study the audience before I went up, just to see where people were sitting,
Hmm.
just so that like I can, even though I can't see them, it's like, okay, I know there's a table of 6 people or 4 people over here, and then there are like 2 couples sitting side by side over there. You know, because beyond like the first row and the first row on the side, you can't see anybody. You know, with the between the lights and the reflection off the plexiglass and everything. So it's like I would study where people were sitting,
Yeah, I had
you
one
know.
joke at Yucks that I needed somebody, a man, to be a bit shorter on the shorter side, and and it was like I was scouting the audience. Like, oh shit, okay, at least there's one like 2 rows back, but I couldn't see him. But I was like, I remember like picking him out before I got on
He's like,
stage.
he's
Like,
in that area.
yeah, I'm like, hey, you sir, the short guy, whatever.
It's
Poor
true.
guy.
It's true. Because what was that game where you'd have to like plot everything out, like a battleship or something? So
Oh
yeah, it would be, yeah, where you'd have like a map. I'd have like a map in my brain of where people were sitting, even though I couldn't see them,
yeah,
sort of thing. And yeah, so it's like I find like everything else, like we will adjust. You know, you get used to it, and then you almost forget what it was like before, because I know the thought of being in a super crowded place with people standing like really really close to me, it's like it
oh
feels
man,
weird, like it
it
just
was
feels so strange.
crowded in those clubs before. Like it was very
Yeah.
packed. Because I used to work, so I worked at Absolute as a doorman from like just the beginning of 2020, like January to February, whatever, for like 2 months. And we would be able to pack like on a good night when all the seating, everything worked. It was like over 180 people. And basically, once you were seated, like you couldn't really get up. It was like very hard to even like get up and walk through and get to the bathroom and everything. So like everybody was shoulder to shoulder, and it was great. And like everybody, it was that's what made it so.
Yeah, and the tables are close together and everything. Yeah.
Yeah, just the kinetic
Yeah.
energy of people.
Because
Like,
the goal was to get as many people in.
yeah, yeah,
Oh
yeah.
yeah,
Close there too. Yeah,
it's
yeah,
true.
yeah. It's because like laughing is
Yeah.
contagious. So
I
the
remember
close
like
are,
being it's like standing at the bar.
yeah,
Yeah. If you
yeah.
didn't have a seat, like say the comics are usually like at the back at the bar, like at Yucks and stuff like that. It's
Yeah.
just packed in like
I
sardines.
love that feeling of being like just at
Yeah.
the bar and like walking. I remember going to see Jeremy Hotz at Yucks, and the whole place is packed, and I'm just like in the back, and like a couple of other comics, and watching him, like just because you feel like you're watching a show, but you're also watching like the audience reacting to the show at the same time.
Yeah.
I just love that feeling.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. Me too. Me too. I miss stuff like that.
yeah.
Me too. Like, what are you most looking forward to? Say when, yeah, just in general, whether it's comedy or other aspects of your life. What are you looking forward to in the next few weeks or months?
Uh, well, yeah, because you need to have something to look forward to, or else it's kind of depressing. But I have been, and I'll speak it into the universe, so I'll have to do it now. But I started this sort of it's a late night talk show, sort of satire, um, video concept I have. So I've developed a few characters, and I'm basically going to play like every character in this thing. I'll just edit the whole thing looking like I'm doing like a late night, like a Jay Leno or Conan or whatever. So I'm the host, and I'm also going to be like interviewing myself as another character, and it's going to be like super really bad, but and I'm like the musical guest at the same time. Like I'm playing all those different parts, and it's going to be so bad because I didn't have really a concept. And what I did is I just went online and I looked at a random word generator, and I just started like looking at different ideas, and I think I got to like season or bark or something like that, and I was like, oh, season or bark, like those are words that have multiple meanings. So what I did is I looked up 10 words that have multiple meanings, and that's the theme of the show. And I just take one word and I have to do a complete show out of one word on
Wow.
different things, and like interviewing somebody based on that. So it's like an improv sort of thing,
Wow.
but it's just gonna be terrible because it's like all these. It starts out as a terrible idea, so the execution, which is gonna be atrocious, and it's gonna be a train wreck. But I'm actually hoping to finish it before the lockdown. 10 episodes
Wow.
if everything works out.
Wow.
So
And
yeah,
what about you were working with Scott on a project?
yeah, yeah. Well, I mean, did
Yeah.
you did you ever see a copy of the short documentary?
Yes, I saw a copy before I
The
was supposed
7-minute
to.
version?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Yeah,
Yes.
you were in it.
Yes.
Thank you so
I
much.
was privy to seeing it.
Yeah.
It was very good.
Yeah, no,
It
I
was
think
very
it turned out
good.
really well. So yeah, so Scott Brown and I, during the pandemic, I guess it was during the summer. I think I've only met him either the
Because I
summer.
remember I was with you when we first met him, and I remember the two of you talking about filmmaking and
Was it at Meow?
pos. It was at Poor Boy.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that was the first time I met him, and I think yeah, and we were sitting together, and he was sitting at the table with us.
Oh no, I met him before that, but yeah.
Oh, you
So
met him before that. Okay.
yeah, I met him before that for sure. But yeah, there's basically through the pandemic, we thought of having this idea of doing a documentary about the impact of COVID on comedy. And so we interviewed a bunch of people, like a lot of people, and like pretty, like Jeremy Hotz, for example, we had a Zoom call with him. And it was great because just talking to Jeremy Hotz, for me, like he's actually one of my dad's favorite comics. And I told him that. And he was like, oh, fucking great. You're like dad's favorite comic. And then he started making fun of me with that. He's like, that's what I want to be like. He's like, I'm like, I'm your mom's favorite comic. She couldn't come because of the gout, but she really loves you. And then he's like, but I was like, yeah, talking to Jeremy Hotz and like Graham K and like other comics, and like talking about the impact of getting their perspective on how COVID really impacted their lives because they're professional comics and
Hmm.
that's their livelihood.
That's your livelihood.
And
Yeah.
then people. yeah, people like you and I who are like more like starting out, and then seeing how that impacted our lives, and all the open micers and the industry people, and talking to Howard. Howard has some like amazing stories
I
from
can
starting
imagine.
out with this. Basically, Mark Breslin is he's his uncle, but he's only a few years older, so it's like basically like his cousin. So they started out
Oh, okay.
this comedy club in Toronto themselves. So it was really amazing to put this together, and then I think it turned out pretty well. And we premiered the short version at the Digi 60 Ottawa Film Festival, and then we submitted I think it's like ended up being like a 35-minute documentary that we wanted to screen at Yuck Yucks like before a show or something like that, maybe on a night when it wasn't open. But yeah, we submitted that to Hot Docs, which is a documentary film festival. But yeah, I'm not sure when that's going to come out, but it was a really fun project to work on. So I'm hoping to do more
Because
of
I
that.
remember seeing you guys, you know, with all your equipment and setting up stuff, and like, because I know you interviewed me after a show.
Yucks, yeah, yeah,
We were on a show one night, and it was just like impromptu. We went and we interviewed, and
yeah.
yeah, I know I was fascinated watching you guys because I know I had gone to Kingston for a show, and Scott was there filming at this open mic, and I remember thinking like I can't wait to see this because
I think that's the opening shot where you're in, actually.
yeah,
Yeah, yeah, that's the one.
and I'm like I didn't even realize he was filming me.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Stalker.
Fine on the angle. Yeah.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
look.
because that was at I think it was Tommy's. I think it was
Yeah,
called.
yeah,
It was
yeah.
like a diner. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. That's the opening shot. I'm fiddling around with something, and I'm like, "That's me," in my polka dots.
In Kingston, they probably were like, "Oh my God, who's she? She's a big deal. She's like her own cameraman, like following her around." Wow.
Yeah, I have my entourage
Yeah,
like that. I didn't even, meanwhile, I didn't even know I was being filmed.
yeah. Don't mind that. It's just a reality show that they're always filming.
Exactly. Don't mind the cameras.
Yeah,
You know? No, but that I think you guys did a really great job
it was super fun. Yeah, I
with
won't
that.
complain.
Yeah. Yeah, a lot of work. You
Yeah,
guys put a lot of work into it, and
yeah,
I know the 7-minute version that I saw was very good. It was very good. I'd love to see the longer version too.
yeah. I mean, the longer version is just expand on, and the 7-minute we had to cut some people completely out, and like there's different storylines that we couldn't even put in there. So I think
Right, for 7 minutes. Yeah, you can't include
yeah, we just want to have like
everything.
it was almost like a promo video or like a commercial for it or something. But
Hmm.
yeah, no,
Hmm.
that was fun because it kept me busy and kept me sane, like having something to work on. I think even
Yeah.
throughout the lockdown, the second lockdown, at least I had that to look forward to.
Hmm.
So yeah, I really
Yeah.
this year I want to start a musical comedy show, like maybe a monthly thing. That's
Oh
another thing.
wow.
I haven't talked to anybody about this, or I'm just speaking it in the universe right now. Now
Yeah, put it out there. Yeah.
I'm accountable now. I have to do it, but force me to. It might be spreading myself too thin, but I would love to do like a monthly comedy, like a specifically musical comedy night. Because we did one, so Lewis Hill and Aaron Hill
Hmm.
brothers did one at Yucks, and it was great.
Yes.
It was really fun. I was on there, like Tom Hills was on,
Yeah.
Corey,
Yeah, because
Rochelle.
I find that there are a lot of like musical comedians, like
Yeah, yeah,
comedians who can sing, write their own music, write, funny songs, and
yeah,
I think it's cool. I think it's fascinating.
yeah. Oh,
That's an art form in itself.
yeah, it's a little niche, but I think there's
Yeah.
maybe like a monthly or bi-monthly, whatever, something like that.
Yeah, you should totally do that.
All
You should
right,
totally do
2021.
that.
That's it. Home.
Yeah, you should totally work on putting that together because yeah, like you said, it's a niche. It's not something that we see very often,
Mm.
you know, and
And it
I
would
think
be
there's
one
an appetite
more
for it.
place. Yeah, it would be one more place for comedians to perform and get their
Yeah, yeah. Where
different.
the focus could be mainly on like you'll probably have like non-musical comics, but it would be an emphasis on music on musical comics or musician comics.
Yeah.
You know, yeah. No, that's a good idea. You should run with that. You should run
All
with
right.
that.
Check in January 2022.
So
Did
is
you
there
do it?
anything
Oh, it's a New
that
Year's
you,
resolution.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah, I made you tell all your resolutions.
Yeah,
You put them all in the universe.
I
So is
did.
there anything that you would like to promote for our viewers? Like,
So yeah, my new monthly show is coming out now.
yeah, your new musical comedy show.
Yeah. Middle of the pandemic, middle of lockdown, I'm starting out. It's gonna be busking. Just me at the corner of Somerset and Bank, just busking it. That's the show. We finished season 1 of Temporary Acquaintances, the sketch comedy duo I have with Rory, but it's still out there. It might not be new, but if you've never seen it, check out Temporary Acquaintances on Instagram, Facebook, and all that. I'm at jf.frenette on Facebook, Instagram. I'm starting to put together my clips from last year's stand-up things that I'm putting together. So I'm gonna put a bunch of those. And yeah, my podcast. I had my season finale with Oliver George went up yesterday, I guess, because of the new year. So, the podcast I do is, well, you've been on, so it's just going on patios with comics and having a beer. But now it's the winter and it's lockdown, so we can't really do that. But
Yeah.
hoping to start back, maybe like April when things start to warm up again.
Mhm.
Yeah, this winter I'm just gonna write new jokes and hopefully perform soon, and we'll be back on stage soon enough.
Yes,
We'll be back.
yes, yes. We got to think positive. We got to, things will open up again. It's just
Yeah,
a matter of when,
just
it'll open up again. Yeah.
yeah.
Well, thank
Positive.
you so much.
This is a good positive way to start the year.
Yes, we got to, exactly. We got to, yeah, put the positivity in and think, you know,
Yeah. Talk to me in a week. I'm just like crying.
yeah, we'll be like, I
Go
know.
out again, please.
I can't take it. I know. I know. We're gonna at least start, January. It's January 1st. At least let's be positive. At least on January 1st, on the very first day.
I'm doing a dry January, and so I'm drinking tea now. I'm like, but by tomorrow, I'm probably gonna get the shake. Oh God, I've been
The shakes, exactly. Just sweating, like the sweats and the
like
shakes.
the heroin withdrawal and like train spotting.
You're like, I can't. I need a drink.
Yeah.
It's only been 18 hours. You can do it.
God, it's sad. But it's
Well, thank you so much.
Hey, thank you. Thank you so much.
And yeah,
And
so
happy
have
New Year, everybody. We'll
yeah,
see.
happy New Year, everyone. Thank you for joining us. Bye.